Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decipher corporate filings so you don't have to. Today we're diving into a filing that's a bit like finding a typo in your own resume after you've already sent it out. Awkward, right? But what does it mean for the company and its investors? Let's find out. We're looking at an amendment, meaning a correction to a previous report from HA Sustainable Infrastructure Capital. The original report shared their financial results for the last part of the year and the whole year of 2024. This new filing is an update to fix a mistake that was found after the original was released. It's like when you send a text and immediately notice a typo, you quickly send a correction. The date to keep in mind is February 13th, 2025. That's when the initial report came out. This corrected version came later. It's important to remember that this isn't about some huge scandal. It's about fixing an error in the numbers that were shared. The company we are looking at is HA Sustainable Infrastructure Capital, also known as HASI. They invest in projects related to sustainable infrastructure. Think renewable energy, clean water, and things like that. So what was the issue? Well, it involves their earnings release. This is a report where they announce how well they did financially. After releasing it, someone noticed a mistake in one of the tables. The error was in something called non-GAAP financial measures. GAAP stands for Generally Accepted Accounting Principles, which are the standard rules for how companies record their financial information. Non-GAAP measures are ways of looking at a company's performance that go outside those standard rules. Sometimes companies use them to show their results in a way that they think is more clear or that puts them in a better light. Specifically, the mistake was in the section about adjusted net investment income. This is a way of measuring profit that's tweaked to give investors a better idea of how the company is really performing. It's like taking the regular profit number and adjusting it to account for certain things that might make the number look better or worse than it really is. The error was in the equity method earnings adjustment. This has to do with how they account for investments they have in other companies. When a company owns a significant stake in another company but not enough to consolidate it fully, they use the equity method. This means they record their share of the other company's earnings as part of their own income. The correction involved a different amount of earnings that should have been used for 2023. Instead of reporting $32,802, the correct number for equity method earnings for the 3 months ended December 31st, 2023 should have been $43,304. And instead of $131,762, the correct number for the 12 months ended December 31st, 2023 should have been $156,757. So the company overstated their equity earnings by over $10 million for the year. The good news is that this error did not affect any other portion of the earnings release. That means the main financial statements, like the balance sheet and income statement, were still correct. It was just this one adjustment in one table that needed fixing. Think of it like a typo in one sentence of a long email. The rest of the email is still accurate. This filing is related to item 2.02 inches, which is all about sharing the company's financial results. HASI Sustainable Infrastructure Capital shared their financial results for the fourth quarter, which is the last 3 months of the year, and for the entire year of 2024. We're talking about how the company performed during that time. The company also announced their dividend, which is how much they will be paying to shareholders in the first quarter of 2025. A dividend is a payment a company makes to its investors, kind of like a thank you for investing in the company. You can find the full earnings release as Exhibit 99.1 inches, which is basically an attachment to this filing. This filing includes financial statements and exhibits that support the information being shared. Again, the key document here is the corrected earnings release dated February 13th, 2025. This is where you'll find the details on how the company performed and what they expect for the future. The report was signed by Stephen L. Treslow, who is the Executive Vice President and Chief Legal Counsel for the company. He's the one taking responsibility for the accuracy of this information. So what does all this mean? HASI Sustainable Infrastructure Capital had a typo in their earnings report. They corrected it. The core financials remain unchanged. However, the corrected income is higher than previously estimated, which is better for investors. Taking a broader look, HA Sustainable Infrastructure Capital operates in a sector with growing interest. People are starting to care more and more about sustainability, and renewable energy is a growing industry. The company invests in projects like renewable energy, which could bring them more business over time. One potential risk is rising interest rates. As interest rates climb, the company's financing costs could increase, potentially eating into their profit margins. High interest rates could also slow down new investments in sustainable infrastructure. It's like trying to build a house when the price of wood suddenly goes up. Valuation-wise, HA's stock price is affected by changes in the market and interest rates. Based on recent earnings and industry trends, a reasonable target price range might be between $30 and $35. This assumes continued growth in the sustainable infrastructure sector and effective management of debt. In conclusion, while the initial reporting error raises a slight eyebrow, the quick correction and the company's position in a growing market suggest a slightly bullish outlook. The company seems to be on the right track. However, investors should carefully monitor interest rates and overall market conditions. Thanks for watching this episode of Corporate Decoder. If you found this breakdown helpful, please subscribe to the channel for more insights into the world of corporate filings. Don't forget to like this video and leave your comments below. We will see you next time.